In the AFC West, I got to go on number 1, the Chiefs, number 2, the Chargers, number 3, the Broncos, and number 4, the Raiders. Listen, the Chiefs are another team dominating the division. They've won 9 straight years, and what it comes down to for me is I don't see a quarterback or coach being able to outdo what Mahomes and Reed can do. I don't. Not over the course of an entire season. And now, man, we got the AFC North, man. The AFC North, man, I think is absolutely one of the toughest divisions in football, okay? Each one of these teams in the AFC North constantly play like their stadium is in the middle of a gladiator pit. That's how they play. That's how they play. And Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers, for me, isn't enough. It's not enough. I felt a certain type of way about Aaron Rodgers at the end of his tenure with the Packers. I felt like he was very overrated. I felt like he was past his prime with the Packers. So now we got an Aaron Rodgers that's from the Packers to the Jets to now the Steelers. So this is way past his prime, Aaron Rodgers, and I just don't think that's enough to get the Steelers to where they need to be. And welcome back to Mischief Entertainment, man. As you can tell from the thumbnail, we are predicting the AFC playoff teams and the AFC division standings. If this is a little bit different, this is because I am in a hotel room. I had some stuff going on, basically I had to make some moves, but I still made some moves so I could be here with y'all. Y'all know what I'm saying? I still got videos to make for y'all, man. But like I said, we are predicting the AFC playoff makers and the AFC division rankings, man. That's going to be 1 through 4 for every division in the AFC. I don't think there's too much else to say. That's everything, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Let's get to the predictions. Man, if y'all can't tell, I'm a little off kilter from being in this hotel room doing this. But the grind never stops. The grind never stops, man. Let's get to the AFC East predictions, man. All right, number 1, man, I got the Bills. Number 2, I got the Patriots. Number 3, I got the Jets. And number 4, I got the Dolphins. I feel like this was an easy division to predict. The Bills have won the division 5 straight years. They won the division when we thought they would win the division. They've won the division when we thought they weren't going to win the division. And they get 10+ wins each time they win the division. Each time, no matter whether we think they're going to win or we think they're not going to win the division, they get 10+ wins every time. So here's my question to you. Do you truly see any other AFC East team besides the Bills winning 10+ games? The Patriots, the Jets, the Dolphins, 10+ wins. 10+ wins. The answer for me is no. And the Dolphins experiment is over to me. The Dolphins were always a better Madden team than anything. But yeah, that pretty much sums up this division, man. I got the Bills winning again. The Bills number 1, the Patriots number 2, the Jets number 3, and the Dolphins number 4. Again, the Dolphins are number 4 because I felt like it was an experiment. All right, they went speed. They were trying to do something nobody's ever seen before. They had fancy play calling, but as we can see, it doesn't translate to playoff football or to the cold. So I got the Dolphins number 4, man. And like I said, the Bills win a division, and they win it for a 6th straight year. They're at 5, so now it goes to 6. And now we got the AFC West, man. The AFC West is a very good division. I like every team in this division except for the Raiders. Except for the Raiders. I feel like none of us know what the Raiders are doing. But besides that, I like every other team in this division. In the AFC West, I got to go on number 1, the Chiefs, number 2, the Chargers, number 3, the Broncos, and number 4, the Raiders. Listen, the Chiefs are another team dominating the division. They've won 9 straight years, and what it comes down to for me is I don't see a quarterback or coach being able to outdo what Mahomes and Reed can do. I don't. Not over the course of an entire season. I don't see not another quarterback or head coach combo being able to outdo what they can do for an entire season. I don't see that happening. A lot of talented rosters, a lot of talented teams, but like I said, over the course of a full-length season, the ups, the downs, the injuries, the drama, the turmoil, all of that, I don't see a team being able to keep it together better than the Chiefs can keep it together. And we've got proof of that because they've won the division 9 straight years. 9 straight years of proof, 9 straight years of consistency. They are coming off a Super Bowl appearance, even though they didn't win. They are coming off a Super Bowl appearance. So this is a team that is consistently good. And that's a team that has consistently controlled this division. Mahomes and Reed are on a different level, and they have been for a very long time. Chargers, Broncos, you can flip-flop them at 2 and 3. It could be like a coin toss. But again, over the course of a full-length season, I don't see the Chargers, the Broncos. I don't see Bo Nix or Justin Herbert, Jim Harbaugh. I don't see those quarterback and head coach duos being able to outdo what Mahomes and Reed can do. And the Raiders, yeah, we're all lost on what the Raiders are doing. That's how I feel about the Raiders. I like the Alshon Jeffrey pickup, but everything else is just been question mark after question mark, and y'all still don't have a quarterback. So number 4 for the Raiders. And just to reiterate real quick, man, I got the Chiefs winning division number 1, Chargers 2, Broncos 3, and the Raiders 4, man. And now, man, we got the AFC North, man. The AFC North, man, I think is absolutely one of the toughest divisions in football, okay? Each one of these teams in the AFC North constantly play like their stadium is in the middle of a gladiator pit. That's how they play. That's how they play. They could be like 2-12 on the season. You still don't want to play them because you know how they're going to come out and play. They're going to come out, play hard. They're going to come out, play tough. They hit hard, heavy hitters, snow, all of that. This is just gladiators. But the AFC North, I got the AFC North going like this. I got the Ravens number 1. I got the Bengals 2. I got the Steelers 3. And I got the Browns 4. Let's just say it. The Ravens are stacked. As an NFL fan, I think what most people think, which is there's no way this team can't be good. All right. They have superstars everywhere on the field, and they added Jair Alexander to that secondary. This team is absolutely built like a Madden team. You know how we talked about the Dolphins and how they're like a Madden experiment? Well, this is like somebody playing on Madden with like all the sliders and cheat codes on, okay? The quarterback, they got it. The halfback, they got it. The wide receiver, they got it. The tight end, they got it. O-line, nice. D-line, nice. Linebackers, nice. Cornerbacks, nice. And they got superstars in each one of those groups. Head coach, great. This is like somebody is building a team on Madden. They played with all the rules off, and they just did what they wanted to do. This team doesn't really have a choice but to be good. If this team isn't good, this will be the biggest flop in NFL history, especially because you got the 2-time MVP, Lamar Jackson. We all know it. You know, the Ravens know it. Top to bottom, they have one of the best teams in football. You have to be successful. You have to win your division. You don't get to have that many superstars on your team and not win the division. Besides the Ravens, man, the Bengals, since as long as I can remember, man, since forever, since I was a little fledgling, a little kid, a little tadpole, the Bengals have always been up and down. That's how they are. They might have a really good season, and then the next year amounts to nothing. They might have a talented roster, and one season they'll be able to seize the moment and have a really good team and a good record, make the playoffs, and next year, you know, they miss it. They're very flip-flop. And Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers, for me, isn't enough. It's not enough. I felt a certain type of way about Aaron Rodgers at the end of his tenure with the Packers. I felt like he was very overrated. I felt like he was past his prime with the Packers. So now we got an Aaron Rodgers that's from the Packers to the Jets to now the Steelers. So this is way past his prime, Aaron Rodgers, and I just don't think that's enough to get the Steelers to where they need to be. And the Browns, they don't know what they're doing at quarterback. They don't know what they're doing at quarterback. I've never seen a team hold such a good head coach, Kevin Stefanski, for so long and not be able to develop a plan to be a successful team. I'm going to say that. Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, the halfbacks they've traded, Myles Garrett with the huge contract he got. It's like, on paper, they should have everything they need, but what they're missing is like leadership somewhere. Somewhere in the Browns organization, there is someone not seizing these years, okay? It's like each year they have 1 year plans. They don't have multi-year plans, and their plans don't adapt. They have 1 year plans. After that year, they scratch the whole plan and they start again. That's what it feels like the Browns are doing. But yeah, to recap real quick at the end of that, I got the Ravens, number 1, winning the division, Bengals 2, Steelers 3, and the Browns 4, man. I don't think you can disagree with that, man. I don't think you can disagree with that. And last but not least, man, the AFC South, man. As far as how I got the AFC South going, I got the Texans going number 1, the Colts 2, the Jags 3, and the Titans 4. And what this division comes down to for me is organizational trust. The Texans and Colts have the most division wins. The Texans at 9, the Colts at 8. The Colts will be starting Daniel Jones, but Jones to me is the type of quarterback that the Colts always like to have, in my opinion. Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, they want that kind of traditional, smart, make your reads pocket quarterback. I'm not talking about necessarily how good Daniel Jones is as a player. I'm just saying he fits their scheme, and I feel like historically what they like to have at quarterback, which I feel like is a good thing for them. You know, I'm not saying they're gonna go crazy or nothing like that, but he fits the scheme of what they like to have. The Jags, it comes down to me not believing in Trevor Lawrence. When it comes down to Trevor Lawrence, right, the great quarterbacks have been great. Point blank, period. Okay, we've been able to notice it. Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, okay? He's some of the best quarterbacks in the game. They've all had a I am him moment. I have to make sure I got it out right. They've all had a I am him moment. They've all had a I am here moment. Trevor Lawrence hasn't had that. Trevor Lawrence hasn't had that. When Trevor Lawrence plays and through Trevor Lawrence's seasons, it's us looking at the TV screen, or if you're at the game or however you're watching, it's us squinting our eyes to try to get him to fit the eye test. We got to squint our eyes to try to get him to fit the eye test. He hasn't had a I am him moment. So that sums it up for how I feel about Trevor Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? And Cam Ward, he's really young. He's really young. Listen, I believe in Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward could be a good quarterback, but he's really young, and I think the Titans have the least amount of talent on their roster in their own division. And with that being said, I don't think Cam Ward can fully just turn around the whole team. I think Cam Ward could even have a good season, but being the least talented team in your division, it's gonna be hard to get wins. It's gonna be hard to get wins. So again, just to recap the list, man, AFC South, I got the Texans winning number 1. C.J. Stroud, man, most talented team on the division. Texans win the division. I got Colts number 2. Very trustworthy organization. They've proven they know how to get wins. They got Daniel Jones, which fits the quarterback they want traditionally. Not saying Daniel Jones is going to be great, but, you know, they got a scheme fit for what they like to do. The Jags, number 3, I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. And the Titans, number 4, Cam Ward's young, and they have the least amount of talent in the division, man. That sums up the 4 divisions, man. But I'm sorry if that was a bad cut right there, you know. Like I said, I'm in the hotel room. I'm grinding, you know. I was going to bring y'all this video, but don't mind if the cut's a little weird. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the green screen all together. I'm going to get the audio together, you know. I'm going to sprinkle some of that movie magic in there. But to recap the entire prediction list, let's get to the playoffs part of it, right? So, you know my 4 division winners, right? The Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, and Texans. Those are my 4 division winners. I got the Ravens coming in number 1. I think the Chiefs would be the number 2 seed. The Bills would be 3, and the Texans would be 4. Straight down just like that. With all the talent that the Ravens have, again, I feel like they don't have a choice but to be good. They're gonna fumble into W's. They're going to fumble into W's. And I'm sorry if that doesn't make any sense, but that's how good the team is top to bottom. The Chiefs, I got the Chiefs number 2. It's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Listen, I get there's a lot of Chiefs haters out there, but just because if you were right about the Chiefs losing in the Super Bowl, you were wrong the rest of the season. Because they still did what they needed to do in order to get to the Super Bowl, and they still look like a threat all year long. So if you're a Chiefs hater, you know, I get it. You were right about them losing the Super Bowl, but you were wrong about everything else. Honestly, the Chiefs come out every year surprising people. Every year people want them to do good, do bad, and they still come out and, you know, excel. So I got the Chiefs number 2. The Bills 3. Y'all know my opinion about Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's going to get them to the playoffs. He's going to get them to the playoffs. They're going to have a good record. They're going to win 10-plus games, and you know, shout out Josh Allen. And I got the Texans number 4. You know, they win their division, so you get the number 4. As far as the wild card teams, this is where things get shaky. Because I revealed who I think the division winners are, which clearly tells y'all who I think is going to be in the playoffs. But now, We got to talk about the playoff hopefuls. Maybe they've stumbled a little bit in the regular season. Maybe there was key injuries, maybe there was drama blinding them from what they should have been focusing on. And the three teams, and the other three AFC teams to make the playoffs, I got the Chargers, the Bengals, and Patriots. Now, I don't know if the last three teams I add to the list shocks you or anything, but I really just went with quarterback play, head coach, and the talent of the roster. To break it down, it's a lot of things that can happen over the regular season, and we all know how important the quarterback is. We all know how important it is to have a great leader. We all know how important it is to have great talent on your roster. And the person who wins the Super Bowl has a culmination of all three. So when it came down to who would make the playoffs, I needed my teams to have a culmination of all three. And the Chargers, they beat out the Broncos. They beat out the Broncos. I got Jay Herbie over Bo Nix. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe it's not. The Raiders, they're not making the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. The Dolphins, the football experiment. Are we really going to do this? The Jets with Justin Fields. Is that what we have to do? Like, come on, guys. The Steelers with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I give them a puncher's chance, but for the most part, these teams that I got making the playoffs, I feel like it's solid. It's solid. Again, when you go from the quarterback's ability to be a QB, I feel like I said that funny. And then you talk about the head coach's ability to be a head coach. I feel like I said that funny too. Don't ask me why I'm doing this. And then you look at the overall talent on the rosters. These are the 7 most talented teams in the AFC. From top to bottom. So with that being said, man, that is the list. Like I said, comment section always open, man. But again, these are the teams I got making the AFC playoffs, man. I got the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Texans. Those are your division winners. And then I got the Chargers, the Bengals, and the Patriots sneaking in because, again, like I told you, I trust these teams, quarterbacks and head coach and the talent on their roster more than any other teams in the AFC. Now, if you wanted to argue about the wild card teams, the 3 non-division winners, I'd be open for that. I think that's open for nuance. I think that's open for nuance. But as far as the division winners, come on, man. You know those teams are the best teams in the division. And anything outside of miracle for the other teams or a complete disaster for the teams I got winning the division, then this is how things are gonna go. And I'm very confident about that, man. But that will be the list. Again, I'll reiterate one more time. These are your division winners. For the AFC, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Texans. And then here are your teams you got sneaking in the playoffs, the Chargers, the Bengals, and the Patriots, man. That's my prediction, man. But that is going to be the video. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. I got to work on the NFC video, man. I did the AFC. Now I got to do the NFC. We still got to talk about Micah Parsons. When I make the NFC video, I'm going to talk about Micah Parsons and the Packers a little bit. I think how I feel about the situation might surprise you. And again, y'all know I'm a Vikings fan. So y'all know I think I'm biased. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've made a lot of videos about Minnesota sports teams. It's been very hard for me not to be biased. But, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned. We're going to do the NFC predictions next. And, yeah, lots more to come here on MVP Sports. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. We out.